and we'll raise it at least halfway to be everyone together. You know, usually we have a couple more people here, so the people here have a really big responsibility to recite loud salawat. So let's all do salawat together. Let's do it loud. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajil farajum. You know, and I've said this before, if we understood the power, the benefits of, well, you know, of sajda, mankind would never get up off the floor. And if we understood the benefits of durood, we would do nothing but recite salawat, ask Allah to send blessings on Prophet Muhammad and the family of Prophet Muhammad for our entire life. Let's recite another loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad wajil farajum. Please, for our deceased, we give to Fatiha. Let's send them the blessings of 2 Qurans on behalf of all of our marhum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Every praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Master of the day of judgment, I serve only you. I beseech your help in everything that I do. Keep me on the straight path, the path that is true, the path of those who have gained favors by you, not the path of those who have earned your wrath, nor those who deviated from your guided path. Surah Ikhlas. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Say Allah is the singular numeral. There's nothing but Allah we need in this world. He begets not, nor begotten is He. Allah is the only OG. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. The name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Say, Allah is the singular numeral. There's nothing but Allah we need in this world. He begets not, nor begotten is He. Allah is the only OG. May Allah send blessings on Muhammad's family. May He quickly return my living Imam to me. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jo farajum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa jo farajum. I'll tell you a quick story. My father, he said when he was young, his dad would take him around town in Pakistan to earn donations for the masjid. Go door to door asking, give me $1, give me $1. But I get frustrated. You say, Dad, I don't want to do this. I'll give you, how much money are you trying to raise? I'll give you $10. Can we just go home? And my grandfather would look at him and he would say, my son, we're going door to door so everybody gets the sawab of contributing to the masjid. It's not about the money, it's about the community. And when we do durood together, when we do dua together, when we do Fatiha together, all of our marhum get blessing from all of us. You see, I could go sit at home and do Fatiha, do dua Kumail, do plenty of duas at home, but we come here to do it. So we do it as a community. And for that, we're lucky. I tell you, I have friends who go to church on Thursdays and they do this and that. But when they come to this, you know, our Dua Kumail program, when they come to Ramzan or wherever and they see how Muslims get together, they realize that that's a community that you can't replicate anywhere else. Because Islam is about community, it's about Jummah, it's about brotherhood, it's about sisterhood, it's about family. So my family, my community, I'm honored to have another week to share with you guys and do dua with you. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajil farajum. You created water and you made it cool and refreshing. That in itself is a blessing. Water could have been dark and bitter and we would drink it anyway. We needed to live. We wouldn't complain. Even if we did, who would we complain to? You. You hung the sky and the earth too. The perfect distance from one another, only you knew. 1 mile closer to the sun and all the water would vanish on our planet. 1 mile away and it would turn to ice and that's how it would stay. And to who would we complain? You. You gave us opposable thumbs, a prefrontal lobe, and a tongue, eyes with depth perception, and two parents for conception. The perfect execution with no plan, greater than we can understand, but we always assume we need to know the reason why. To who can we complain and cry? To you. Our voices do not carry very far. Staring would not let us see where you are. Contemplating your greatness is the cure for the faithless. You are there when I need you. I'm never put on the wait list. Because even though I am limited with my voice and my eyes, and I cannot conceive you no matter how hard I try, I know that I need you and you're always alive. I refuse to listen to you, yet you hear me and see everything that I do, and you protect me too from all the things that scare me. Forget you? How dare me? You're the only thing worth fearing is you. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa farajum. So today's program, I want to see what you guys think. So I had an interesting conversation with Sakina. She's 10. And she asked me, she said, Dad, if we breathe air and we walk through air and we can't see air, and fishes live in the water, and they breathe water and they go through the water, can they see air and not water? Like we see water and not air? And that blew my mind. I don't know if she thought of that or if she thought of it in school or whatnot, right? But that's essentially how the world exists, right? That's how the world exists. You know, the Day of Judgment, which is our topic today, again, Sakina asked me to talk about the Day of Judgment, that exists like a fish in water and like us on land, right? How is it going to be that we're going to have feet where our mouth is? How is it going to be that we're so tiny yet people see where we are? How are all these things going to happen on this earth full of matter? After Allah is going to make after the final trumpet blows, the sun is going to extinguish, the mountains are going to fall. We're going to come back to this earth, right? We're going to be the same genetic makeup, the same DNA that we had when we were alive, but we've been dead for how many years? We're going to come out and stand next to our grave, right? And all of this, it exists just like when you die and you're in another world, barzakh, right? Just like when the ocean and the sea meet, and there's that area of water, that separates the two, but not really, right? That's what it said is barzakh, right? And just as the fish, who knows if it sees the water or sees the air, and who knows if it smells the air or smells the water, Allah created this world. It's always fascinating to me. People wonder where the aliens are and what it look like. They're green men that are, bipedal and speak English, right? There's more jinn on earth than men, but nobody wonders where they are. But how do they exist in the same world that we do? You see, Allah doesn't need a blueprint, doesn't need a plan. He made a plan. He made a plan, and He put our brains in our heads to conceive that plan, right? Anything else, we can't conceive it. When the Day of Judgment comes, for some people it's going to last 50,000 years. For some people it might last less. And one thing that's going to happen on the Day of Judgment is your progression depends on your soul's acceptance of reality. The light and the dark, the obstacles, the way you see, the people you see, it's all going to be dependent on your soul's recognition of reality. You see, when you're standing outside your grave, Allah's going to call everybody. Well, actually, this is kind of cool. So after we all die, after the angel of death dies, after the final trumpet is blown and everything that ever lived is dead except for Allah, there's a period of time that only Allah knows about. What's the purpose of that period of time? Punishment. But it's not punishment because Allah is vengeful. It's punishment because Allah is forgiving. And Allah wants to forgive us before the Day of Judgment and before we reach our destination, our final destination. Allah wants to forgive. You see, Allah created forgiveness before He created punishment. Allah created warning before He created sin, right? Allah tells us everything is one. But before anything, remember, I'm your benefactor and I'm your forgiver. In fact, being forgiving is part of being beneficent. So why does Allah say, I'm beneficent and I'm forgiving? Reminding us about His forgiveness, right? That again is the fundamental difference. I was talking to Nadeem, I was talking to Hassan, Brother Hassan at the end of the program last time. I said it's illogical to not follow the Ahlul Bayt. Whatever you want to do. You see, we're trying to get into heaven, inshallah, right? We're trying to, let people know our Imam is alive and give people strength so we can all be standing there with him when he comes. That's our purpose, inshallah, right? Now, what if your purpose is I want to drink and dance, and I want to be a singer, and I want to have 30 girlfriends and wear gold and do everything that's prohibited in Islam, eat haram meat, I like pork, and what if that's my goal? What if that's what I want to do with my life, right? You should still be Shia, because only there do you learn about Allah's forgiveness to the extent that it's taught to us. There's nowhere else other than Sirat al-Mustaqim, right? Where you learn the extent of Allah's forgiveness. Everywhere else tells you God is brimstone and fire, He'll smite you. Christian people, Jesus died for our sins, and they say it's like when a windshield cracks. You can fix the windshield, but the cracks are still there. And I say, well, what about Ghafurur Rahim, the most forgiving of all forgivers? But you only learn that in the Quran, and you only learn what that means if you let Imam Jafar Sadiq tell you. So whatever you're trying to do in your life, do it with Sirat al-Mustaqim, and you'll be successful at it, and the end result will be better than you ever knew. So when Sakina asked me to talk about the Day of Judgment today, the first thing I thought of is we should read Surah Waqia. We should read Surah Waqia in English. Want to do that for us? I think we'll do Surah Waqia in English today. I'll, to save time, do the poem about Hadith Kissa. Does anyone have an objection to that? And then we'll have Brother Hassan will read Surah Waqia in English, and then we'll figure out what to do about Dua Kumail. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Okay, this is the story of the cloak when we're allowed salawat for Hadith Kissa. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajil faraja. It's one of the blessings, one of the gifts that Allah gave mankind is the ability, the understanding, the desire to do durood. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajil farajum. And now I want to tell you about the story of the cloak. It was sourced by the light, for it was she who spoke about a house most blessed and purified above any other. This was the house of the light of Rasulat. It was the house of the mother. I feel a weakness in my body. The Prophet said to her, Allah is the only healer, there is no other. Then with the Yemeni over him, the father's mother would cover, where Abul Qasim sat next to himself and sat next to his brother. And inside the cloak came a light, bright enough to illuminate all sight, born from density, created from the highest intensity. In came the mother. May Allah send blessings on none other than Muhammad's family for all eternity. May he quickly return my living Imam to me. All five sat inside a single Yemeni. They were angels. They were huddled tight on that night in paradise, stretching as far as the light could see, but they would never be as pure as the 2 plus 3. It was a cloak like no other, a Yemeni, a comforter, sitting with the family tree, a perfect circle with immaculate company, God's love and his progeny. Their flesh is his flesh, blood is his blood. If you're at war with them, he said, you are at war with me. May Allah send blessings on Muhammad's family for all eternity. May he quickly return my living Imam to me. The archangel Jibreel, he was there that day, and he saw them run 5s, and yes, Allah, if he could run 3 on 3. Allah said to him, he said, fly from Ileen down to earth and deliver this message of purity. The 6th man among the 5 you were allowed to be. Assembled on that night was the greatest team in history. This was the house of the light of Imamat Ibadat and of prophecy. The house of Fatima Zahra, her father Muhammad, her husband Hazrat Ali, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, children of the lion and the light, masters of the youth of paradise, Al-Mujtaba, and the king of the Shaheed, the sons of Qamar Bani Hashim, her progeny, the greatest angel and the immaculate 5, the most beloved to ever be alive, the purest house the world will ever see. For the sun, the moon, the rotating cosmos, the sailing ships were created for no other than thee. May Allah send blessings on Muhammad's family for all eternity. May he quickly return my living Imam to me. Now that we have spoke of the greatness of the event of the cloak, angels are surrounding you and me. Never again stressed nor oppressed, never sad nor mad will we ever be. If you have a prayer, he will answer. Now is the time to implore it on he. Whatever your request, this time is the best for you and I. We have achieved success from this moment all the way to Akhirah. We're Rabbil Kaaba, Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now as you listen to Surah Waqia in English, it's important. I want to point out a couple things. He talks about two things: Ashabul Yamini Ma and Ashabul Mash'amati Ma. People of the right hand and the people of the left hand. Right? We discussed how mankind was made. Right? Hazrat Jibreel, some say it was Hazrat Israel, flew from Jannah down to earth and took dirt in his right hand, his left hand, and presented it to Allah. Right? And from these were created the people of the right hand, that Allah says no matter what I do to them, no matter what I give them, don't give them, what I take away from them, what trials they go through, they're never going to forget me. And the people of the left hand, no matter how much I give them, no matter how much I elevate them, no matter how much comfort I give them, they're never going to remember me. Right? And he let the people of the right hand, the people of the left hand mix. And on the day of judgment, right? The people of the right hand and the people of the left hand are going to have very different experiences. You see, there's says that people who take religion, Islam, for money, right? Take money to read the Quran, it says, right? The Prophet said they're going to have no flesh on their face. They'll just have a skull, you'll see. Right, look like a skeleton face. People who gossip, will be chewing their tongues so much that their tongues will bleed and have blisters, and it'll disgust people. Right? There are going to be some people who are arrogant, and they're going to be so tiny that they'll be like ants among people kicked around. There are going to be people who, who didn't sin with their feet, and their feet are going to be where their mouths are, and their mouths are going to be where their feet are. You see, basically, we're going to wake up, right? And this day, it's going to seem like our life was a long morning. You know, when you wake up from a nap in the middle of the day, when you fell asleep and you didn't realize you fell asleep, and you also didn't realize how tired you are, somebody wakes you up and your eyes open, you're like, where am I? What's going on? That's exactly how the day of judgment is going to feel when you first wake up. And then you're going to look down and realize you're naked. And you're going to realize that your body has different components in it. Why are my legs here? Why are my feet here? People are going to wander around, and you're going to end up hanging out with people that look the same as you, because nobody else is going to want to hang out with you. Some people are going to have bad breath. Why? Because of their gossip, because of their sins. Some people are going to be awful to look at, right? You're going to be so hungry, like when you wake up from a nap and you're so hungry, right? And some people are going to have to eat. And Surah Waqia, it talks about the tree of Zakum, right? Ya Allah, don't ever make us eat from that tree. That tree is going to burn your throat, right? It's going to burn your throat and burn your stomach, and the fruit on the tree is going to have so many thorns that when you touch it, it's going to hurt you. But we're going to have to eat it anyways, aren't we? Because we need food. We need water. We need nourishment. We're not going to care. We take for granted the delicious food that we have for niyaz here, and that Allah makes on trees, and how refreshing water is. And on the day of judgment, we're going to forget about all that. We're going to forget about all that, and we're going to have, eating from the tree is zakum. And, it says that the parents are going to forget about their children, and people are going to forget about their parents. Why? Because you're going to be grouped along with your spirituality. Those who loved Allah will be grouped around people who love Allah. So you don't have to see the kinds of torture that people are going through on that day. And what I love about Surah Waqia is it talks about both sides. It talks about the people of the right hand, how they're going to be on the day of judgment, what their situation is going to be like, how comfortable they'll be, and the people of the left hand, what their situation is going to be like. So with the loud salawat, I want to invite Brother Hassan to read this surah for us. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat.
على محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. When the inevitable event takes place, Surah Al-Waqiyah, Al-Waqiyah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When the inevitable event takes place, then no one can deny it has come. It will debase some and elevate others. When the earth will be violently shaken and the mountains will be crushed into pieces, becoming scattered particles of dust. You all will be divided into three groups. The people of the right, how blessed will they be? The people of the left, how miserable will they be? And the foremost in faith will be the foremost in paradise. They are the ones nearest to Allah in the gardens of bliss. They will be a multitude from earlier generations and a few from later generations. All will be on jeweled thrones, reclining face to face. They will be waited on by eternal youths with cups, pictures, and a drink of pure wine from a flowing stream that will cause them neither headache nor intoxication. They will also be served any fruit they choose, a meat from any bird they desire, and they will have maidens with gorgeous eyes like pristine pearls, all as a reward for what they used to do. There they will never hear any idle or sinful talk, only good and virtuous speech. And the people on the right, how blessed will they be? They will be amid thornless lote trees, clusters of bananas, extended shade, flowing water, abundant fruit, never out of season or forbidden, and elevated furnishings. Indeed, we will have perfectly created their mates, making them virgins, loving and of equal age for the people of the right, who will be a multitude from earlier generations and a multitude from later generations. And the people of the left, how miserable will they be? They will be in scorching heat and boiling water, in the shade of black smoke, neither cool nor refreshing. Indeed, before this torment, they were spoiled by luxury and persisted in the worst of sin. They used to ask mockingly, when we are dead and reduced to dust and bones, will we really be resurrected? And our forefathers as well? Say, O Prophet, most certainly, earlier and later generations will surely be gathered together for the appointed day. Then you, O misguided deniers, will certainly eat from the fruit, the trees of Zakum, filling up your bellies with it. Then on top of that, you will drink boiling water, and you will drink it like thirsty camels do. This will be their accommodation on the day of judgment. It is we who created you. Will you not then believe in resurrection? Have you considered what you ejaculate? Is it you who create a child out of it, or is it we who do so? We have ordained earth for all of you, and we cannot be prevented from transforming and recreating you in forms unknown to you. You already know how you were first created. Will you not then be mindful? Have you considered what you sow? Is it you who causes it to grow, or is it we who do so? If we willed, we could simply reduce this harvest to chaff, leaving you to lament. We have truly suffered a great loss. In fact, we have been deprived of our livelihood. Have you considered the water you drink? Is it you who brings it down from the clouds, or is it we who do so? If we willed, we could make it salty. Will you not then give thanks? Have you considered the fire you kindle? Is it you who produce its trees, or is it we who do so? We have made it as a reminder of the hellfire and the provision for the travelers. So glorify the name of your Lord, the greatest. So I do swear by the positions of the stars. And this, if only you knew, is indeed a great oath, that this is truly a noble Quran and a well-preserved record, touched by none except the purified angels. It is a revelation from the Lord of the worlds. How can you then take this message lightly and repay Allah for your provisions with denial? Why then are you helpless when the soul of a denying person reaches their throat while you are looking on? And we are nearer to such a person than you, but you cannot see. Now, if you are not subject to our will as you claim, bring that soul back if what you say is true. So if the deceased is one of those brought near to us, then such a person will have serenity, fragrance, and a garden of bliss. And if the deceased is one of the people of the right, then they will be told, greetings to you from the people of the right. But if such person is one of the misguided deniers, then their accommodation will be boiling water to drink and burning in hellfire. Indeed, this is the absolute truth. So glorify the name of your Lord, the greatest. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajjal farajum.
Allahumma salli
ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So that was a little description about the Day of Judgment, right? People of the right hand, look at it as you go to someplace hot, right? You want to get in VIP, skip the line, you sit on the couches, people are serving you water, they're serving you food. There's the people waiting in line, sweating, wondering if they'll get in, wondering what's going on, right? I don't like waiting in lines. I don't like it when I see other people sitting on couches and I'm waiting, and I get impatient in this world. Imagine how it'll be in the hereafter, right? How many people are there on earth right now? There's, what's a count? 3 billion people on earth right now. So from the beginning of time to now, how many people have walked this earth? How many people are going to walk the earth after these 3 billion that are here now die? How crowded is the earth going to be on the Day of Judgment when everybody comes out from their grave? How scared are you going to be when you don't know where to go? Prophet Muhammad told Bibi Fatima Tazara alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajjal farajum. She asked where he'll be on the Day of Judgment. And he said he'll be at the scales of justice, asking the scales to go lenient on his believers, right? The scales of justice will be Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. Sirat al-Mustaqim, the straight path, the righteous path, and the scales are the same person, Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. And his best friend, Prophet Muhammad, is going to tell him to go lenient on us. And then he told Bibi Fatima, if I'm not there, then look at me, find me at the gates of hell. I'll be asking Allah to go lenient on my people there too, right? So we're lucky that we know where that is, right? Because when the Day of Judgment comes, like I said, it's a fish who can't see air, and who sees air, and a human who sees water existing in the same world. There's going to be people existing on the same day, and your station depends on your understanding of reality. And if you understood reality from this world, from reading the Quran, reading Surah Waqia, understanding what Hazrat Ali is, understanding what Prophet Muhammad is, you'll be a lot more advanced than somebody on that day who's going to have to wait 1,000 years to look at his sins, look at his book, look at the people around us, look at what's going on, and then go to the next station. And then go to the next station. It could take 1,000 years. And it's not anything other than the personal understanding where you are. Nobody will be confused on that day. What's going on? No, they'll know. Hey, this person helping me, these are my deeds. This person showing me in the wrong direction, those are my deeds. Right? This person spitting on me are my deeds. Right? This person who's this beautiful thing helping me, it's my namaz. Surah Rahman is going to be a person on the Day of Judgment too. If you recite Surah Rahman, it's going to be a person coming in helping you. Right? Or not. Right? The Day of Judgment is for everybody. Maliki Yawmiddin, the master of the Day of Judgment. And on that day, the Day of Judgment, after you clear the station where you realize that you're alive again, this isn't a dream. I'm not dead anymore. I have flesh, and my flesh doesn't look like it ever did before. And after you clear the station, when you realize that, the light and the obstacles that you see and what you're eating and how people are talking to you and who you're hanging out with is a reflection of your sins, that you did this to yourself. And when that realization comes, that's when you're ready to stand in judgment in front of Allah. And some people are going to argue, and some people are going to blame other people, and some people are going to say, I didn't do this, and Allah is going to have your hands and your feet and your eyes and the walls, and other people come and stand witness and bear witness as to the sins that you did. The angels that write your deeds down, right? Angels, every day Allah sends new angels, so we're not judged by these people, right? By these angels. Every day He's going to send different angels, right? And these angels are going to come, and they're going to testify as to what happened until we have nothing else to do, nowhere to hide. And as I keep saying, on that day, when I'm standing in judgment in front of Allah, I hope I have the presence of mind to say, oh Allah, I ask you by your mercy, which embraces all things, by your strength through which you dominate all things, towards which all things are humbled and before which all things are lowly, by your invincibility through which you overwhelm all things, and by your might which nothing can resist, by your tremendousness which has filled all things. And I want to address Allah and say, by your authority which towers over all things, by your face which subsists after the annihilation of all things, and by your names which has filled the areas of all things. Oh Allah, by your knowledge which encompasses all things, and by the light of your face through which all things are illuminated. Ya Nuro Ya Qudus, Ya Nuro Ya Qudus, Ya Nuro Ya Qudus, O light, O all holy, O first of the first, O last of the last. Oh Allah, on the Day of Judgment, I want to say this to Allah. Oh Allah, forgive me of those sins which tear apart my safeguards. Oh Allah, forgive me of those sins which draw down adversities. Oh Allah, forgive me of those sins which alter my blessings. Oh Allah, forgive me those sins which hold back my supplication. Oh Allah, forgive me those sins which cut down my hopes. Oh Allah, forgive me those sins which draw down tribulation. Oh Allah, forgive me every single sin I've committed and every mistake I've made. Oh Allah, verily I seek nearness to you through a remembrance of you. I seek intercession from you with yourself, and I ask you in the name of your munificence to bring me near to your proximity, and to provide me with gratitude towards you, and to inspire me with your remembrance. Oh Allah, verily I ask you with the asking of a submissive, abased and lowly man, to show me forbearance, to have mercy on me, and to make me satisfied and content with your appointment, and humble in every state. Oh Allah, I ask you with the beseeching of whose indigence is extreme, who has stated to you difficulties in his time of need, and whose desires for what is with you has become great. Oh Allah, your authority is tremendous, your place is lofty, your plan is hidden, your command is manifest, and your domination, it's overwhelming. Your power is unhindered, and escape from your governance is impossible. Oh Allah, I find no forgiver of my sins, nor concealer of my ugly acts, nor transformer of any of my ugly acts into good acts other than you. There is no God but you. There is no God but you. Glory be to you, and yours is the praise. I have wronged myself. Ya Allah, I have wronged myself, been audacious in my ignorance, and dependent on your eternal good to turn to me in your favor towards me. Oh Allah, my protector. Oh Allah, my protector, too many are the ugly things that you have concealed. On the Day of Judgment, they're not going to be concealed. Oh Allah, too many are the ugly things you have concealed, and too many burdensome tribulations you have abolished. Too many stumbles have you prevented. Too many are the ordeals that you've repelled. Too much is the beautiful praise of which I was unworthy, yet you spread it abroad for me. Oh Allah, my tribulation is tremendous. My bad state is excessive. My acts are inadequate. My fetters have tied me down. My far-fetched hopes have held me back from my gain in this world. It's to do
seduced me with his delusions, my own soul and the delay with its offenses. Oh, my master, so I ask you by your might, not to let my evil works and acts veil my supplication to you, not to disgrace me through the hidden things you know of my secrets, not to hasten punishment to me for what I've done in private, such as my evil acts in secrecy, my misdeeds, my continuous negligence, my ignorance, my manifold passions, my forgetfulness. By your might, O Allah, be kind to me in all states, and be gracious to me in all affairs. My God and my Lord, who do I have save you? From whom can I ask removal of my affliction and regard for my affairs? My God, my protector, you put into effect through me a decree in which I followed the caprice of my own soul, and I did not remain wary of adorning my enemy. So he deluded me through my soul's caprice, and therein destiny favored him. So in what was put into effect through me, in that situation I transgressed some of your statutes. I didn't listen to what you told me to do. I broke your rules, and I disobeyed your commandments. So yours is the argument against me in all of that. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say to you, and I have no argument as to what your destiny put into effect to me therein. Whatever you're going to do to me is fair, Allah, nor what decree you have tested and imposed on me. But now I've come to you, my God, after my shortcoming and my immoderation towards myself, proffering my excuse. I'm regretful, broken, apologizing, asking forgiveness, repenting, acknowledging, submissive, and confessing. I find nowhere to flee from what I have shown, nor any place of escape to what I may turn in my affairs, other than your acceptance of my excuse and your entering me into the compass of your mercy. Oh Allah, please accept my excuse. Have mercy on the severity of my affliction and release me from the tightness of my fetters. My Lord, have mercy on the weakness of my body, the thinness of my skin, the frailty of my bones. O you who gave rise to my creation, to the remembrance of me, to the nurture of me, to goodness towards me, and to the nourishment on me. Now please bestow on me, for the sake of your having given rise to me with generosity and your previous goodness to you. My God, my Master, my Lord, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabb. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabb. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabb. Will you torment me with your fire after I professed your unity? And after the knowledge of you my heart has embraced, the remembrance of you my tongue has constantly mentioned, the love of you which my mind has clung, and the sincerity of my confession, my supplication, humble before your lordship. Far be it from you. Far be it from you, you are too generous to squander him who you nurtured. Banish him who you have brought close. Drive away him who you have given an abode, or submit to tribulation. He who you have saved and shown mercy. Would that I knew, my Master, my God, my protector. Will you give the fire dominion over faces who have fallen down in prostration over your tremendousness? Over tongues voicing sincerity, the profession of your unity, and giving thanks to you in praise? Over hearts acknowledging your divinity through verification? Over minds encompassing knowledge of you until they have become humble? Over organs speeding to the places of your worship in obedience and beckoning your forgiveness and submission? No such opinion is held of you, nor has been reported, thanks to your bounty concerning you, O all generous, my Lord, my Lord. And you know the weakness of my body before a little of this world's tribulations and punishments, and before those ordeals which befall on its inhabitants, even though it's tribulation and ordeal, who stays short, whose subsistence is little, and whose period is fleeting. How can I then endure the tribulations of the next world? How can I endure the tribulations of the next world when I couldn't even face these? And the ordeals that occur within it. It's a tribulation whose period is long, whose station endures, and sufferers are given no respite, since it only occurs as a result of your wrath, your anger, your vengeance, which cannot be withstood by the heavens or the earth. If the heavens or the earth can't withstand it, my Master, then what about me? For I am your weak, lowly, base, wretched, miserable slave. My God, my Lord, my Master, my Protector, for which of these things can I complain to you? For which of them can I lament and weep? For the pain and severity of chastisement, or for the length and period of tribulation? So if you take me to the punishments with your enemies, if you gather me with the people of your tribulation, and separate me from your friends and saints, then suppose, my God, my Master, my Protector, my Lord, that I am still able to endure your chastisement. How could I endure separation from you? Suppose that I am able to endure the heat of your fire. How can I endure not gazing upon your generosity? How can I dwell in the fire when my hope is your pardon? So by your might, my Master, my Protector, I swear sincerely, if you leave me with speech, I swear, my Lord, that if you leave me with speech, I will lament to you from the midst of the fire's inhabitants with the lamentation of the hopeful. I will cry to you with the cry of those crying for help, and I will weep to you with the weeping of the bereft, and I will call to you, where are you, O sponsor of the believers? Where are you, O sponsor of the believers, O goal of the hopes of your knowers, O aid to those who seek assistance? Where are you, O friend of the hearts of the sincere? O God of all the world's inhabitants, where are you? Will you, glory be to you. Glory be to you, my God. All glory is yours and all praise is yours. Will you hear therein the voice of a slave surrendered to you, imprisoned there? Will you hear me when I'm imprisoned there because of my own violations, tasting the favor of torment because of my own disobedience, and confined within the layers because of sin and crime that I committed? While I lament to you with the lamentation of one who's still hopeful for your mercy, who calls to you with the tongue of those who profess your unity and entreats you by your lordship, my Protector. So how could I remain in chastisement while I have hope for your previous clemency? How can the fire cause me pain while I expect your bounty and mercy? How can the flames burn me when you hear my voice and see my place? How should the groaning encompass him while you know his weakness? How should he be convulsed in its levels when you know the sincerity? And how can your keepers, how will your keepers torture me when I call out to you? Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, how should I have hope for your bounty, being free from it, while you abandon me therein? Far be it from you. Far be it from you. That is not what's expected of you, nor what is known of your bounty, nor similar to the goodness and kindness that you've shown to those who profess your unity. So I declare with certainty that if it were not for what you decreed concerning chastisement of your deniers, and what you have foreordained concerning the everlasting home of those who stubbornly resist, you would make the fire entirely cool and safe, and no one would have a place to rest in the abode within it. But you, holy are your names. Holy are your names, Allah. You have sworn that you will fill it with unbelievers, both jinn and men together, and place those who stubbornly resist therein forever. Moreover, you, majestic is your eulogy, said that the beginning, and were gracious through kindness as a favor. What? Is he who has been a believer like him who has been ungodly? They are not equal. I am not like them who reject you, Allah, my God, my Master. So I ask you by the power that you have apportioned, the decision that you have determined and imposed, and through which you have overcome him, towards who has been put into effect, that you forgive me on this night, this hour, every offense that I committed and every sin that I performed, every ugly thing I've concealed, every folly I've enacted, whether I've hidden it or announced it, concealed or manifested it, every evil act which you commanded the noble writers to record, whom you have made amongst with my organs witnesses against me, and you were the watcher over me from behind them, and the witness of what is hidden even from them. But through your mercy you concealed it, and through your bounty you veiled it. So now bestow on me an abundant share of every good you send down, every kindness you confer, every goodness you unfold, every provision you spread out, every sin you forgive, every error you cover. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab, my God, my Master, my Protector, owner of my bondage. Oh, he whose hand is in my forelock. Oh, he who knows my affliction and my misery. Oh, he who is aware of my poverty and my indigence. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab. I beseech you in the name of your truth, your holiness, and the greatness of your attributes and names, to make my times in the night and day inhabited by your remembrance, and join to your service, and make my work acceptable to you, so that my work and litanies may all be one single litany, and my occupation with your service is everlasting. My Master, O He upon whom I depend. O my Master, O He upon whom I depend. O He upon whom I complain about my states. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab. Strengthen my organs in your service. Fortify my ribs in determination. Bestow upon me earnestness and my fear of you, and continuity in my being joined to your service, so that I may move easily towards you in the fields of the foremost. Hurry to you among the prominent. Desire fervently your proximity among the fervently desirous. Move near to you with the nearness of the sincere. Fear you with the fear of those who have certitude, and gather with the believers in your vicinity. O Allah, whoever desires evil for me, desire it for him. Whoever deceives me, deceive him. Make me one of your most excellent slaves in portion and in your decree, and the nearest of them in station to you, and the most elected in proximity to you. For that cannot be attained except by your bounty. Grant generously to me through your munificence. Incline towards me your splendor. Protect me with your mercy. Make my tongue remember you without ceasing, in my heart enthralled by your love. Be gracious to me in answering me favorably. Nullify my slips. Forgive my lapses. For you have decreed worship for your servants. You've commanded them to supplicate you, and you assured them that they'd be answered. You told us to supplicate you, and you would answer us. So towards you, my Lord, I turn my face, and towards you, my Lord, I extend my hand. So in the name of your might, respond to my supplication. Make me attain my desires. Don't sever my hoping for your favors, and spare me the evil of my enemies from among jinn and men. O He whose pleasure is quickly achieved. O He whose pleasure is quickly achieved. O He whose pleasure is quickly achieved. Forgive him who owns nothing but supplication, for you do what you will. O He whose name is a remedy, whose remembrance a cure, and whose obedience is wealth. Have mercy upon him whose capital is hope, whose weapon is tears. O ample in blessings, O repeller adversities, O light of those who are lonely in the darkness. O knower who has never been taught, bless Muhammad and Muhammad's household, and do with me what is worthy of you. May Allah bless his messenger and the holy names of his household, and give them abundant peace. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajal farajah. And after Allah gives us a chance to speak on our deeds, to speak on how we lived our life, we'll see the sirat. We'll see the road, and this road will be paved with blessings, or will be paved with obstacles, with serpents, with fire, with pitfalls. It'll either be narrow and dark, or it'll be broad and illuminated. And that illumination will come from nothing other than the love of the Ahlul Bayt. For love of the Ahlul Bayt is the love of Allah. Ya Allah, please increase our love for those who you love. Increase our nearness to you. Increase our submission to you. Increase our desire to be close to our living Imam Muhammad Mehdi Sahib wa Zaman alayhi salam. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajafar. Before we get ready for ziyarat, Brother Hassan is going to speak to us. We talk about how love for the Ahlul Bayt is love for Allah, and nearness to Ahlul Bayt is nearness to Allah. We're lucky to have Brother Hassan here to tell us about one of Allah's beloved. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajjal farjhum. Respected brothers and sisters, tonight we gather in this blessed month of Rabi al-Awwal, a month of renewal and light after the morning of Muharram and Safar. Just last week on the 18th, we marked the birthday of a remarkable daughter of the Ahl Bayt, Sayyidah Kulthum bint Ali alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Although her life is not as elaborately recorded as some of her siblings, what history does preserve is enough to show us a woman of courage, eloquence, devotion, someone who carried the message of Karbala forward with dignity. Kulthum was blessed in a way few in history could ever claim. Sometimes I just like to look at the examples that surrounded her. Her grandfather, of course, was the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum. The best of creation. Her grandmother was Sayyidah Khadija al-Kubra, the first to believe, the one whose sacrifices sustained Islam. Though Kulthum never met her, she inherited her legacy of faith, resilience, and service to the Prophet and used it to serve her imams. Her mother was Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra, the Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajum. The leader of the women of all the worlds. Her father, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajum. The gate of knowledge and the embodiment of justice. And of course, her brothers, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, the leaders of the youth of paradise. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum. And of course, her older sister, Sayyidah Zainab, the mountain of patience who carried Karbala in her voice. Truly, no child in history was surrounded by such perfect role models. Each one of them a pillar of Islam, and together they shaped her into a woman of immense strength. Though younger than Sayyidah Zainab, Kulthum played a crucial role in the tragedy of Karbala and its aftermath. She witnessed the massacres, she endured the captivity, and stood in Yazid's court. There are narrations where she spoke with courage in front of the tyrant, reminding him of the injustice he had committed. And in those moments, we see the reflection of her father's bravery, her mother's eloquence, and her grandfather's prophetic light. Sometimes we think Karbala was carried only with Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam and Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam, but the truth is Sayyidah Kulthum was right there with them, a voice of resistance, a preserver of memory, and a defender of dignity. But what can we learn from her? That even if history does not always record every detail, what matters is the stand you take for truth. That lineage is not just about blood, but about embodying the values that you inherit. And that the women of the Ahl Bayt played indispensable roles in preserving Islam, roles that inspire us today to speak out against injustice, to live with modesty, and to serve Allah with sincerity. And brothers and sisters, I always close our reflections on the Ahl Bayt connecting back to our living Imam, Imam Mahdi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajum. May Allah hasten his reappearance. Sayyidah Kulthum carried the grief of Karbala, but also its hope. The hope that justice would one day prevail. Today we too carry that grief and that hope. Just as she stood in Yazid's court and declared the truth, we are called to stand firm in our time, preparing ourselves and our communities for the day when the Imam of our age will rise and fill the world with justice. May Allah grant us the strength to be among those who truly honor the sacrifices of the Ahl Bayt and to be counted among the helpers of our living Imam. Let us end with this dua. May Allah increase our love for the family of the Prophet, grant us the courage of Kulthum, and hasten the appearance of our living Imam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajum.
Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum.
Surah Jummah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين ولا يتمنونها أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين قل إن الموت الذين تفرون منه فإنه ملاقكم ثم تردون إلى علم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي الصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعى إلى ذكر الله وذر البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتراءك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
دعاء فرج بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إلهي يذم البلاء وبرح الخفاء وانكشف الغطاء وانقطع الرجاء وذاقت الأرض ومنعت السماء وأنت المستعان وإليك المشتقى وإليك المعول في الشدة والرخاء اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أولي الأمر الذين فرزت علينا طاعتهم وأرفتنا بذلك منزلتهم ففرج عنا بحقهم فرجا عجلا قريبا كلمح البصر أو هو أقرب. I request everyone to stand up please. يا محمد يا علي يا علي يا محمد اكفياني فإنكما كافيان وانصراني فإنكما ناصران يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان الغوث 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 أدركني 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 الساعة 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 العجل 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 يا أرحم الراحمين بحق محمد وإليه الطاهرين صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين ولي الله. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا صار الله وابن صاره والوتر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد قمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وطاعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. فلعن الله أمة قتلتك، فلعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرزيت به. يا مولاي يا عباد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نور في الأشلام الشامخة وأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرزي الزكي الحادي المهدي. وأشهد أن نعيمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وعلم الهدى وأروة الوسكى والحجة الأعلى أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسوله أني بكم مؤمنون وبإيابكم موقنون بشرائع الدين وخواتين عملي، وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وعمري لعمركم متبعون. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. صلوات.
दुआ इमाम ज़मान से पहले दुआ कर लेते हैं। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व आलि मोहम्मद। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता पंचतन पाक चारदा मासूमीन का आज की कलील बात हमसे कबूल फरमा। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता तेरी अज़मत व जलालत का हमसे ये कलील इबादत कसीर में कबूल फरमा। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद पर हम पर अपना फ़ज़ल व करम नाज़िल फरमा। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद का जो मोमिनीन परेशान हाल हैं उनकी परेशानियों को दूर फरमा। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद का मकरूज़ मोमिनीन का गैब से कर्ज़ अदा फरमा। या अल्लाह जो मोमिनीन बीमार हैं बीमार करबला उनको सेहत कामिला आजला अता फरमा। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता बीबी ज़हरा सलामुल्लाह अलैहा का हाज़रीन की शरई हवाइज को पूरा फरमा। या अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता बाबुल हवाइज बाबुल मुराद मौला मूसा काज़िम अलैहिस्सलाम का जो मोमिनीन रोज़ी के बारे में परेशान है उनको कुशादा रिज़्क़ हलाल अता फरमा। आज शब जुम्मा की मुनासबत से एक सूरह फ़ातिहा की दरख्वास्त है हाज़रीन के मरहूमीन, इमामिया सेंटर के बानियान और इंतज़ामिया के मरहूमीन, उन तमाम मोमिनीन मरहूमीन का जिनका कोई फ़ातिहा पढ़ने वाला नहीं। रहमल्लाहु मन करा फ़ातिहा मास सलावात। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर्रहीम मालिकि यौमिद्दीन इहदिनस सिरातल मुस्तकीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम कुल हुवल्लाहु अहद अल्लाहु समद लम यलिद व लम यूलद व लम यकुल लहु कुफुवन अहद बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम लम यलिद व लम यूलद व लम यकुल लहु कुफुवन अहद बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम कुल हुवल्लाहु समद लम यलिद व लम यूलद व लम यकुल अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्लाहुम्मा कल्ले वलियक हजरतन अल-हसन सलवातुका अलैहि वला अबाए फ़ी हाज़ल इस्सा व फ़ी कुल इस्सा लिया व हाफ़िज़ा व क़ाज़ा व नासिरा वलिया व आइना हत्ता तस्किनहु अइज़कतल्ला व तमत्तहु फ़ीहा तुइला बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन। Oh Allah, shower blessings on the chosen one. your proof, your Hujjah, son of Al-Hassan, blessings on his forefathers, every single one, and on him in this hour and in every other hour. He is our guardian, protector, leader, helper, and I approve. Make him live on earth and obedience to you. Cause him to live in it for a long time. Recite the lattice of what Imam Muhammad Mehdi Sahabat Manu Islam Okan.